If you're new to this channel, you may not have seen this coming. If you are familiar with this channel, you probably thought, you should have reviewed this like 2 days after it came out. But I'm doing it now, so let's get to it. Unity is the newest EP released by Pogo. Yes, this is an EP, not an album. And with Pogo, I think I'm okay with that. He's one of those artists where I'm just like, if I just get some new music from this guy, I think I'll be pretty happy. Because the majority of his content, I'm actually remarkably surprised how much I love. I love the way that he processes and thinks of what he can incorporate in his music. Not just the clips of whatever movie or TV show he's sampling, but the beats themselves seem like they form, or they're just crafted so well into thinking like, this makes me feel like I've heard of something before in maybe a fantasy childhood I had before. I don't know. But despite me saying that, I do have to try and think of what do I like about this album presently. This is what he's releasing now. This project here, I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. But I am a little underwhelmed. Again, this is the guy who keeps talking about how, in general, EPs are not really my thing. There are a lot of exceptions to this. But as a general rule, it's not my thing. But that's not what I expected for anything when it comes to Pogo. And I remember the first time I reviewed an album, I think it was Ascend, from Pogo, I was just thinking to myself, I would imagine this is just the hardest thing to actually give an actual thorough and somewhat even smart review, because no one makes music just like him. No one, even the people who are kind of in his realm. Like, no one just pulls it off as well as he does. So I find myself finding it very difficult to think that I can critique this because I know exactly what goes into it. I know sound, I know production, just as much as I know what I like, I know what I don't like. In here, I am more on the like side, but not enough as much as the other stuff he's made before. Since it is kind of small, let me see what I can condense in here. For the usual, he kicks off his music project with a great song, and this one is Absolum. I love My Fair Lady. I actually played the music for it in a high school musical my senior year. It was a lot of fun doing that, and it's really enjoyable going back to watch the movie version with Audrey Hepburn. I do enjoy that. Then we get to Bambino, which is kind of more of a Bambi-oriented song, which I saw plenty of potential with this song. However, there were a few audio clips I thought, that's just kind of okay. It takes me out of it just a little bit. Then we have Horrorland. Now, he released a video for that quite a while ago, and I remember him talking about him wanting to make a video on that with Steven Crowder, saying like he wants to get away from some of the Disney stuff and do something with Joker. And I thought we were going to get a song actually about Joker. And this is kind of more Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. And that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I just thought, okay, I guess I was expecting something else. It doesn't sound bad, but it's not up to par with a lot of his other songs, in my opinion. The song Dropkick by God. This one's interesting. I actually think this is one of the better songs in here. It can be a tad strange, but it's not bad. Also, listening to it the second time around, it made me think this kind of sounds like something John Hopkins would do, except without the vocal audio clips. Next is the song Chitty Fix, which isn't bad, but he already has a song that features Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and I don't want to say that he can't do that before, because he does have multiple versions of other clips that he does. For example, in Harry Potter, he's got Hermione Mix, and he has Aloha Mora. I like both those songs. Sometimes one gets me in a better mood than the other, but I like both of them. But yeah, Chitty Fix, I think, is just kind of just there. It just doesn't do much for me. And then the song Homerage. I actually don't think this is a bad song. However, as someone who... I'm going to get hated on for this. As someone who doesn't really care that much for The Simpsons, I feel like I didn't connect with it as much as other people would. But it's mostly a good sounding song. I just don't have much of a personal connection to it, other than knowing that The Simpsons is popular by most other people's standards. So after having explained all that, maybe I give off a better idea of what I do or don't like with this album. There's a lot more drive, I feel like, with his other projects, even his other EPs. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to come off as hating this because I don't. But I don't have drive in me to want to revisit this, except for Absa Bloom, really. So this is probably just a thing. I mean, it is an EP. I really hope we get another album from him. I feel like he has, like, all this mind-blowing potential to, like, release a new album every year and it wouldn't get stale. He's one of those few people I think could actually pull that off, because I feel like most of our mainstream artists need at least 3 years to make another great album after they had already released an album that was really good. I feel like they need that much time to just let their minds loose, get their craft back together, work on it, and then boom, release it. For him, I don't think it has to work that way. If he did choose to do that, maybe I'd be surprised. But I don't feel like he needs to, and I love that I don't have to wait for that, because it seems like, yeah, it'll take less time. He's always working on something. He always is willing to release the stuff. But at the same time, I can go back to his older stuff and his more recent stuff, and I can be totally in the zone. And I love that about his music. So, after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 92%, creativity 79%, expression and lyrics 79%, I'm going to give this album a good. There's no way that this is bad. I just don't have, like I said, drive to really go back to this. Other people who may be just finding out about this, you might be surprised. And then you'll be even more surprised when you listen to his other stuff. So, yeah. That's what I got for you. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff down below, so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.